Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Diamond Wedding Services TV. Yes, we've been off for about 3 weeks, so we are finally back in full swing here. Tonight I'm happy to be back, I almost said in love, back with Kelly Clemmy, my sidekick here.
Maybe you are in love.
Kelly, Big Country Clemmy is on my right here, and Paul is also here. Paul Martinez is also here, along with our producer slash studio manager slash, no, he's not the studio manager. Anyway, Andrew is here too. He's behind the scenes running all the graphics on the computer. And Carol, who is the studio manager, is also here running the camera that you're looking through. But tonight we've got a great show for you. We have Angelique Lund from Laladoodles Boutique. She's going to tell you a little bit more about what she does and who she is. And in the meantime, I want to make sure to thank and to mention our sponsor, who is Logo Pro. Brian over there is amazing. Anything for your wedding day that you might need, whether it's invitations, which we're going to talk a little bit more about here, but apparel, gifts for the bridal party, things of that nature. Brian can help you out over there. He's amazing. He does a lot of great things for us. So we want to jump right into it if we can. Again, I want to introduce you to Angelique Lund. Welcome to the show. We love having you. And we want to talk about just tell us about what services you provide, where you've come from, how you came to doing this, things of that nature.
Yeah, so actually we started about 5 years ago in May, and started out just doing stationery. So our first line, I guess our first service would be custom stationery, so invitations, programs, etc. And then in about 2012, 2013, we started collecting what my husband calls junk, but I call just wonderful, beautiful, unique, and vintage rustic rental items that we rent out for weddings and events. And as part of that, we started doing a lot of styling for our brides and grooms, so we now offer styling and coordination packages.
Awesome. Awesome. So how soon, or what's the best way to get started? Is an appointment necessary with you, or?
Yeah, so we prefer to meet with our clients first by appointment. That gives us a chance to meet them in person. They can see some of our stationery items or even our rental items and see those before they actually commit to using them for their wedding day. If an in-person meeting's not possible, if they're out of town, then we can certainly meet with them via phone. We've done some stuff through email or even just video conferencing. So
that's great. A couple of more things I want to mention before we get too much further along here is Angelique is also doing a giveaway here toward the end of the broadcast here in about 30 minutes or so. And we also want to invite you to send in your questions via the comment box here within YouTube. If you scroll up, down, to the right, depending on which device you're on, whether you're on your computer or on a mobile device, please scroll around and look for the comment box and send us questions for Angelique or for any one of us for that matter, whether it be photography, videography, or music entertainment, DJ. Also, we want to get you entered in and eligible for this giveaway that Angelique's going to do here at the end of the broadcast. So if you would, type in your name and type in right after your name DWS giveaway to make sure that you can be selected out and put into a hat for this afternoon or this evening's drawing. So with that being said, Andrew, if you would put up the text number, because not only can you ask your questions and qualify for the giveaway via the comment box, but you can also send a text directly to Kelly's phone right over here. There is the number there, 563-349-7276. Your questions, comments, concerns, and eligibility will come directly to Kelly's phone. And we want to make sure that you put, again, your name and that DWS giveaway behind it, just to make sure that we are local, or that you folks are local to be eligible for this giveaway. So that being said, let's jump right back into a set of questions that I have while we're waiting for some of you to send your own. How soon should a couple begin to start the invitation process?
Yeah, so we generally prefer to start about 5 to 6 months out. That gives the couple plenty of time to go through what we call the proofing process, which is the process by which we're designing the invitations, laying them out, choosing fonts, and putting in all their information. And by using the 5 to 6 month period, then that keeps the couple from being rushed and reviewing that and making sure everything looks the way that they want to. And then at that point, then gives us enough time to get the supplies ordered, get them printed, get them cut and assembled, and get them out to the door to their guests. So.
Okay. Now, do you require a deposit before all that happens? And if so, how much do you generally charge for that?
Yeah, we do. For wedding invitations, we do a deposit of $100. That covers our design time, so that if the client ends up canceling their order or not going with us, we at least get compensated for that.
Sure.
That $100 does get applied toward their final bill, though, for their invitations.
Okay. So if someone, and again, guys, if you get something come across, please feel free to interrupt. Our guys are monitoring the questions behind the scenes here, but other than that, I'm going to keep going. What should someone expect to bring, or what would go into the design process? What should they bring with them, or what kind of ideas would you suggest, or what goes into the invitation, I guess?
Yeah, so sometimes it just depends on the couple. We have some couples that come in, they don't really know what they want at all, so they may go through our boxes of samples for invitations we've done in the past and see if something there is kind of calls out to them. We do have clients that bring in pictures from Pinterest or from wedding blogs or magazines of something that they like, and then that gives us an idea of where to go from there. We can't always duplicate it, but we can do something close or similar. A lot of times that they can bring their color swatches, that helps in picking out the best colors for their invitation suites, and then also just the information on their event. So
Excellent. Okay, that's great to know. Let's see, the next one I have here. If a couple finds something they really like online, can you do something similar? You've kind of just touched on that with Pinterest. So
so we get that a lot.
Okay, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Pinterest is our best friend here too. Fonts. I'm assuming you have several different.
Yeah, we do. We have
hundreds of styles of fonts, right?
We do have a large selection of fonts to choose from. However, we've had brides that have come to us before. They've seen fonts on a picture on Pinterest or on the internet and really liked that font. And if we can determine what font it is and if it has a commercial license available for it, then we can get that font. Depending on the cost of the commercial license, there may be a small design fee that applies in that case to help to offset some of that. But
Sure, excellent. Kelly, anything you want to ask or add at this point?
Oh, I don't think so. Not right now.
Well, we've got, I'm going to start off with another question here, but I know that you've actually supplied us with some imagery of your work.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that we can float some of that here, because the next question I'm going to ask you is kind of a definition, if you will, of event styling.
Yeah.
What exactly does that mean? Because I'm a guy and I'm a photographer, and I really don't know what that is. All I know is the room looks beautiful when you've done it.
Right.
So kind of, if you would, just let us know what that is.
Yeah, so an event stylist is a little different than your typical wedding planner or event planner, in that we aren't necessarily helping you find your caterer or your baker, that type of thing, but we are going to help you find your any of the vendors that go into the look of your event. Mm-hmm. So our job is to make sure that everything looks the way that you want it on the wedding day, so you walk in and it's exactly as you pictured it.
Okay. Yeah, we're actually seeing some stuff come across the broadcast here now. It just looks awesome.
Yeah, we focus a lot on just unique and personalized elements, so just kind of going with the theme and really bringing in just tiny touches that really, when all taken together, just make the wedding really unique and individualized to our clients.
So how many, I'm going off the cuff here, but how many types of themes would you say that you've had? I mean, everybody's different, right? I mean, there are like country themes, and there are several different types, but how many would you say that are individualized, so to speak?
Probably every wedding's got a little bit of uniqueness to it. We had one bride that her wedding, she wanted to do some of the vintage mismatched theme to it, but she was a collector of cobalt blue glass, and so she wanted to bring that into her theme. So most of her centerpiece items featured the blue glassware on the tables from her personal collection. We've also had brides that have wanted to do book themes, so we did a library themed wedding in Iowa City. And so we had card catalogs for their card box,
That's
and
cool.
they had quotes from some of their favorite books as their table numbers. We used books in their centerpieces, and they even actually found on Etsy some flowers made out of book pages. So
Sure.
Yeah.
Can you define what a card catalog is for Paul's sake back there? Because I don't think he's ever been in a library.
No.
well, in this case, they can be metal or wood, and they've got the drawers that they have the card catalogs that you can look up the books by the
We're not even going to bring up the
author
Dewey Decimal System. Not at all.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, Dewey couldn't make it tonight. So again, we know that there are several places that are not the same as you, obviously, but we want to know what sets you apart from maybe some other vendors that might do something similar.
Yeah, so I think a lot of what sets us apart is, one, we have a large selection of actual rental items that we can provide. So that
So is this all, I'm going to interrupt, do you have a warehouse of all this stuff?
we have
or?
a couple storage sheds
Do ya?
in Davenport where we keep everything. So
So I started to feel for your husband with all
Yeah.
the stuff crammed in your garage.
It used to be in our basement, and we recently had to move into some storage sheds, and we
Sure.
still have stuff in our basement. We can't put the china in storage because of the weather, but I'm sorry, what was the question again?
We were just talking
Oh,
about
the
what sets you
style.
apart.
Yeah, so I think a lot of it is, some event stylists, they may come in to do the event, but we actually have a large selection of inventory that we can use to help create it. So there's less work on finding those unique items, and
Mhm.
we might have a lot of stuff in storage that you can use for your event. And I think just also making everything personalized and really looking into those small finishing touches.
Sure, a little more hands-on perhaps.
Yeah.
Okay. So the elephant in the room is, what packages do you offer? What are the price ranges? Where do they start?
Yeah, so our styling packages start as low as $50 an hour with a 3-hour minimum, and that would just be us coming in and actually setting up. So it might be items that you're renting from us or items that you've found and acquired on your own, and we'll come on and set the table up so that everything looks good together and is styled nicely. So that'd be our lowest package, and then we have packages up to our full service styling and coordination package that runs for about $2,500.
Okay.
So
So you got a good price range.
yeah,
Something for everyone.
right. So
to
we've probably
speak.
got about 4 or 5 packages, and it depends on if you want styling or if you're wanting some people there during your event to make sure everything runs smoothly and according to plan. Or
Okay. So, and again, I'm just kind of reading through the list here. What additional fees might be incurred that are not included in your packages? So, just so there aren't any surprises for anyone. Has anything like that ever happened?
Right. So first would be, with our rental items, some of the packages do include a credit toward your rental items, but if the package doesn't include that credit, then you're going to have your fees for whatever items you would rent from us. Also, if you're ordering stationery as well. And then we do have some delivery fees that may apply depending on where your event is and if there's travel involved.
Okay.
And then sometimes we'll have brides who will actually have us make some of their decor items, and in that case you may have some fees for the supplies and the supplies that we need to make those.
Okay.
So
Now, obviously, you're in the Quad Cities. You're based in which city?
Bettendorf.
You're based
So
in
our
Bettendorf?
studio's in Bettendorf, and then our storage garages are in Davenport.
So you do have a studio?
We do. It's in my house, but we have
Okay.
a studio, so we meet with clients there, and there's kind of a nice place to sit down with them. and
Sure.
Go over everything. So.
Sure. I asked you that just to kind of lead into the next question: is do you travel?
We do. So generally we'll travel within 60 miles of the Quad Cities, so 60 miles of our location. We will travel further depending on the date and if we can kind of make that work with our schedule.
Okay, excellent. So again, for those of you that might be tuning in for the first time, I just want to kind of go in and reiterate and let you know about who we are. We're Diamond Wedding Services. We are a combination of myself, Mike Federer from Photography Portraits, and we have Kelly Clemmy from Twisted Mike's Music Entertainment, Paul Martinez from Mindprint Productions, and we also have recently included a wedding planner that we are going to introduce you to next week. She's going to actually be live on the show, so be prepared for that. But again, we just want to reiterate who we are, what we do. We are a full-service wedding facility here. So anything that you can think of, obviously where else can you go to book 3 of your vendors right within the same location? We also, not only are we having Angelique on the show with us tonight, but she is also a recommended vendor for us. So, we have things from florists to wedding planners to cakes to your wedding gown. Anything that you might need for your day, you can pretty much find right within our walls here. So we want to let you know about that. And again, we want to mention one more time Logo Pro. Logo Pro is, speaking of being able to get everything done right here, you can actually just walk across the parking lot to the adjacent building here, and Brian over there at Logo Pro is located right there. So you can come and see us and go right across the street to Brian, to Logo Pro, and get all of your wedding day needs. Again, we want to invite you to ask questions, send them in, type in your comments, or text them directly to Kelly's phone over here. You can text those questions now, 563-349-7276. And again, they'll come right to Kelly's phone, or just place them in the comments. When you do so, please type in your name and then type in directly after that DWS giveaway, so that we can single you out from those people that might be watching from across the country. If we're assuming that if you type in your entry for a giveaway that Angelique is going to do here in just about another 10 minutes or so, that you are local and would be able to meet with Angelique to take care of all the details. So I'm going to move right along unless you guys have something coming in on the back end over there. Okay.
We don't. We do have a few entries, and
Awesome.
we don't have any questions yet.
Good.
But you've had up to 8 viewers at one point.
Okay, excellent. So let's move into rentals of decor. What types of wedding items do you rent out?
Yeah, so we have a large selection. I'm not going to list it all, but I'll list a few of our favorite ones. Some of our most popular items, we actually have mismatched china, so real china plates, vintage china, for about $250. So we can do place settings with goblets, real silverware, real china, and a lot of people like those. It's really unique for their events and a lot prettier than the white plates.
Yeah, sure.
Or the paper plates. We have a large selection of just, I guess, burlap and lace table runners. We have lace table runners, lace table overlays, just some of those unique linens that you can't get from some of the local rental shops. We recently acquired last fall, we actually acquired 230 mismatched wooden chairs, which have been very popular for ceremonies and receptions, and people who just kind of want that mismatched vintage look, and they don't want to necessarily have folding chairs or banquet chairs. They don't want to have to worry about chair covers.
That's something different.
Yeah, the mismatched chairs, I really like the look of that.
Yeah, because we see as a panel, everybody here, we kind of see, I do 30 weddings a year. Kelly does 180 weddings per year. Paul does 20 to 30 weddings per year. They all start to, and not to sound offensive in any way, but I mean, everybody's, and the rooms are beautiful. They're dressed up. Sometimes just to see something a little bit different is kind of cool to see. So, awesome. How does the rental process work?
Yeah, so again, we may meet with a client in person to just kind of walk through all the areas of their wedding, what types of items they may want to be renting or need. But we also have clients that may just email us and send us a list of, they've already gone on our website and picked out everything, and they send us their list. Once we've put together that list, then we will actually email them a quote for their rental items, and that will come with their contract and their invoice so they can pay their retainer online.
Okay. And again, we've already talked about a deposit earlier as far as when is the final payment due once you get everything ironed out?
Well, and actually our payments are different on the rentals as opposed to the stationery. So for the decor rentals, the deposit or the retainer is 50% of whatever your rental is. And then the remaining fee is just due 2 weeks before your event.
Okay,
so,
excellent.
Yeah.
And the one more question that I have here is, do you deliver and pick up? So you come and drop everything off and set up and tear it back down again?
Yep, so we do offer delivery and pickup, and in fact some of our items, especially our larger items, require us to deliver and pick those up. And with delivery and pickup, that generally gets us to get your items there off the truck. We'll put some of the heavier items where they are going to end up for your event. But then we do have the setup and styling services if you actually want us to kind of get everything set up and make it look pretty for the day.
Awesome.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, why don't you do this? Why don't you tell us a little bit more? What is there anything further that you want to elaborate on here as far as the business or yourself goes?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
I think we touched on pretty much everything.
Yeah, we've talked about what makes you different.
Right.
We've seen some of your work and it's amazing.
Yeah.
So
well,
we
thank
want
you.
to make sure that we're spreading this out to everybody that we
Good.
can. So.
And I think one thing is coming up in May is our 5th anniversary, so we'll probably be doing some specials for that. And we're actually putting together with a few other vendors here in the Quad Cities. We're going to be doing a styled shoot that I'm pretty excited about. It's going to have a floral garden theme. We're actually doing it out at a flower farm, I guess you'd call it.
Nice.
So yeah,
Cool.
pretty excited about that.
Kelly, anything you want to add right quick?
Not really. I've seen a lot of, like Ken mentioned before, we see a lot of the same decor and stuff at weddings. And I've been to a couple of weddings, a lot of times more in the springtime, but a lot of times in the summer as well, with the vintage feel. It's just like, it's so unique, so much more different. It's just so much more, a lot more live, I guess. Just the vibes are there. Just
I think it
it's
draws
really
more interest into it because you see one chair and the next chair looks the same. Yeah, just like we're seeing here on the broadcast here. That's really cool.
With that, every chair was different, and this was actually our mismatched wedding with the cobalt blue glass. So every table was different. They all had different chairs. They all had, some of them had lanterns, some of them had shutters on them.
It just gives it a totally different feel when you walk into a room like that.
Right. And then it's really easy to personalize, and you can you don't have the exact same centerpiece on every table, and it doesn't look like everybody else's wedding was
Right,
looked.
right.
So
So we want to give you folks just a few more minutes here. I'm going to mention the giveaway again here. I'm going to actually have Angelique talk about it here again, but
yeah.
we want to make sure that you're getting your entries in. So if you would, in the comment box that you can see within YouTube, type in your name, and right after your name, type in DWS giveaway. Or you can also text directly to Kelly's phone right here, 563-349-7276. Type in your entries, and we'll be sure to pick someone out here shortly. So if you would give us one more rundown on the giveaway that you're doing.
Real quick, guys, if you guys are watching, just text me to say hello or whatever even. But make sure you guys are texting me, letting me know if you guys are entering into the DWS giveaway. I know I see some of you guys are doing that on the YouTube already. So that's great, but if you guys are not able to do that, I know we had some difficulties with that in the past, just text them to me. Again, 563-349-7276. I'll go straight to my cell phone here. If you guys have any questions for Angelique or Mike, myself, or Paul even, he's behind the scenes today, but just let me know and we can get those questions answered.
Paul needs a haircut, so we decided to leave him out.
Yeah, keep me off that TV. We do have a question.
Excellent. Go
That's
right ahead.
Miss Melissa Kern, what do you have for backdrops?
Well, we have a large selection. Kind of just depends on your theme. We have everything from mismatched doors to, we actually have a big, large red barn wall that's actually made from a barn that we helped tear down
Really?
in
That's awesome.
the bluegrass area, and then we've turned it into a wall. It has a functioning door that you can open. We have backdrop framework, so you can use that with burlap and that type of thing. So, yeah.
Cool. Any more questions on that end?
Not just quite yet.
Okay, so we can get into some entries.
Well, do we want to talk about the giveaway?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No,
I
perfect.
forgot I was going to ask you that.
So the giveaway, we're going to be giving away a $250 bridal shower package. So we'll come and do your decor for your bridal shower, your setup and tear down, and that is with a booking of one of our styling and coordination packages, $900 and up.
Cool. All right. So we've got a text coming through, I heard? Or is that Mom?
I don't know. We got somebody here said, I'm watching, can't wait for Claire's wedding in April.
Oh, yeah.
With
Oh,
Mike
yeah?
and Angelique are both going to be there, and probably Kelly. Well, you better book me. I'll say probably. You can't text my phone and say probably
Yeah,
you.
we just met with Claire this weekend to start finalizing things.
Awesome.
I'm pretty
That's gonna be
excited about
great.
her wedding.
Yes.
So
That's going to be great.
yeah.
So I'm assuming that they're booked or that they're entered in. Do you have any entries over there, Paul?
Oh yes, we have 4.
4 entries is
Perfect.
a great start.
25% chance of winning right now.
Yeah. It might be Melissa Kern again. I think she's won just about every show, isn't she? She is a loyal watcher, and we love her.
Good for her.
She's gonna
Yeah.
get her whole wedding just from this broadcast.
Just about. All right. So again, just a few more minutes here. We want to give you. I've got about 5 minutes left in the broadcast here, so we've got a few more minutes for you to get your entries in, get another question in. Thank you, Melissa, for the entry or for the question rather, and for whomever sent in
Michelle.
a text.
That was Michelle Manfrey.
That was
I didn't know
Michelle?
I didn't realize it was.
Hi, Michelle.
Well, Michelle's doing her flowers
Yes.
too. Of course she knows about
Michelle's
Claire's
doing the
wedding.
flowers. Another beautiful case of DWS coming together here.
Yeah.
But Michelle, sorry, I was supposed to be wearing a floral bouquet tonight, but that is or a floral crown tonight. So we're gonna plan that for
See
next
next
week,
Yeah,
Michelle.
next week.
So-
While we're talking about that too, if we get to 1,000 likes on the Facebook page,
1,000 likes.
1,000 likes on the Facebook page. I think we're only like 100 and something away. I think we're
Oh,
800
geez,
something.
better be
Wow.
big.
I will wear a dress.
Oh,
I
come
will.
on.
I will.
A wedding dress?
I will wear a wedding dress right here on this broadcast.
I think we actually
You can
know
do better than
someone.
that. Give
Yeah.
away your van too.
I'm not giving away my van.
All right, let's do this. Let's do this. If we get to 1,000 likes this week on our Facebook page, go to Facebook and look up Diamond Wedding Services on Facebook. We are going to, if we get to 1,000 likes this week, we are going to not only have myself wearing a floral crown, we will have.
Oh, you're already wearing the floral crown.
Right.
We
We're
already
gonna make
got
this
to
like
it,
we're
you
gonna
know.
make this a trio. Paul doesn't know this yet, but we are also going to have Kelly wear a bridal gown, and we're gonna bring somebody in to do makeup for Mr. Martinez over here. So he's literally gonna have makeup applied.
Well, he won't be doing
Let's
his
be
own
honest.
During next-
Do
well-
I really need it?
Let's put it this way: he's gonna have someone touch up his makeup.
Yeah.
He usually comes in already done.
My makeup's already on fleek. I don't need too much.
I think I'm going to be pretty excited to see that. So.
Yeah. Well, you need to help
We'll be
share this
tuning
out
in.
then, so we can
Yeah,
get some more likes on the
definitely.
page. So 1,000 likes. We're at about 887, I think.
Yeah, I think
something
somewhere,
like that?
in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just checked
Oh, so
earlier
we're
today.
almost
So.
there. I thought you said 100.
No,
Oh.
no. We're almost at 1,000 likes. So we're almost there. All right. So with that being said, let's move in toward the giveaways here. We still have 4 entries in here. Okay. So I'm gonna have you do the
It's
honors.
quite the coffee cup.
Yeah, this is Brianna's.
wow.
Brianna, if you're watching this back, we haven't licked on it or anything. It's still
I
still
licked
clean.
it.
Well,
we all
I
kind
looked
of
at
did.
it.
all right, we all took a turn. All right, so Angelique's gonna pick out the winner today.
So you got rid of the sticky notes.
Wow, you have been
Dang.
watching.
I have.
We'll put
I
that
had,
right
to, I
up
had
there.
to make sure what I was in for. So.
Keep calm and be in love.
There
And
you
it'd
go.
be Kyle Rose.
Kyle.
Kyle
Rose.
Rose.
Hey, a new
Recently
winner.
engaged, I heard.
Well,
too.
congratulations.
Awesome. That's
Congratulations.
great.
I actually I know a Kyle Rose, or at least I know someone who's.
I know
brother
Axel
is
pretty
Kyle
well. Me and
Rose,
Axel
so,
go way
yeah.
back. Axel Rose.
Perfect.
Excellent.
So, all right. Anything else you want to add?
I don't think so.
Any other questions at all, Paul, before we sign off here?
I can ask a question for you guys.
No. We don't
No,
have anything.
no, for them.
Sure.
No, I don't think I have anything yet. Let me check.
Anything else you'd like to say while you've got the floor?
I don't think so.
No? You did a great
Congratulations
job.
to everybody who's getting married, and
For sure.
definitely if you want to get a hold of us or have questions, we'd love to meet with you. And I think the best way to get a hold of us is right there on the screen.
Yep,
so.
you can see Angelique's number
Yeah.
there, 563-265-1222.
Yep, and
Please
then
give her a call.
Yep, the email is probably the best way to get a hold of me. I do work full time during the week, so email I always have access to, and so the email is definitely the quickest way to get a response. So
And you have a Facebook page?
we do have a Facebook page. We're on Facebook, just Laladoodles Boutique Vintage Rentals and Event Styling. We have our website, which is www.laladoodlesboutique.com. And then we're actually on Instagram too, and that's just under Laladoodles Boutique. So
We want to make sure to get all your plugs in there so
Yeah.
everybody
Yep.
knows how to reach you because you
Perfect.
do an amazing job and we love
Thank
looking at the
you.
photographs there. It looks
Yeah.
great. So again, thank you for being on the show.
thank you for
You've
having me.
done a great job.
Perfect.
And until next week, folks, and actually I guess we are going to do one next week because we do have, again, we are introducing our new event planner that is joining Diamond Wedding Services next week. So be sure to come back in and check that out. And then, of course, if you haven't already, please go like the Diamond Wedding Services Facebook page because it's going to get ugly in here. Like,
You want to see Big Country in
Real
a
ugly.
dress?
I want to see full body shots of him in a wedding
You
dress.
guys might be getting ugly. I'm getting pretty.
Yeah, well, one of us is getting prettier. Yeah. All right. So once again, thank you all for coming in and joining. Be sure to watch this back. Be sure to visit and contact Angelique here. And congratulations on your engagements. And thanks again. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.